back. Look at this. Dr. Eli Live. Dr. Eli Karam talking about relationships, talking about staying healthy emotionally. Dr. Eli's here with us every week. And Dr. Eli, welcome again.
Good to see you guys.
Eli Karam, we're glad to have you with us, marriage and family therapist, and you are also in charge of all of the work at the Kent School.
Yeah, training next generation of marriage and family therapists and clinical social workers. But you know, there's a couple stressors. People are stressing out about the roads today. It's driving stress, but also it's the holiday time, guys. This is going to be my last appearance until the first of the year. So we're talking about all this holiday stress.
People talking about their stress.
People worried. And, you know, a lot of people are snowed in today. They're either at each other's throats because they can't get out, or, you know, last time we had a big deep freeze a couple years ago. There was a big baby boom in Louisville 9 months later.
That's
so
right.
It's either love or hate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's either love or hate. But we got some holiday tips today, and we're going to talk about this program we got going on at the Kent School for people out in the community in Louisville. But let's
We were
talk
just
about the
talking
tips.
about Paul's family. How many kids?
I'm the 10th of 11 kids.
That's
and,
crazy,
you know,
Paul.
10th of 11 kids, and I've got 6 older sisters and brothers galore, and everyone's
Amazing.
always telling me what to do. So when I knew you were coming in to talk about this, I thought, hey, look, just let's talk. I need it because, you know, I'm sick of going to my friends and saying how stressed out I am about what's Evelyn going to say, what's Carolyn going to do, you know, and hey, that happens. It's real.
Yeah.
It's tangible.
Yes,
Not only
it
the
is.
driving and the travel, but
Right.
then you get there and all the old issues.
Right. Well, I got 5 tips for couples and families today.
Sure.
And I think the first tip is you need to set your schedule. There's lots of stuff going on in this holiday season. You got office parties, you got a kids' Christmas performance, so you need to get you and your partner get on the same page of what's going on. A master schedule, because it's easy to overlook something or you know, just feel completely rushed, which is normal anyway this time of year. Step number 2, agree on the gift budget, especially in these economic times. We got lots of stuff going on, and we want to be good family members, good friends, but sometimes we can't give as much as we'd like. So you want to make sure you and your partner are on the same page. You don't have to go shopping, do everything together, but you want to make sure you've set the budget. Avoid in-law intoxication. What do I mean by that, guys? I mean, there's a lot of times.
Too much of the family
That's
of
right.
your friend or partner.
Right, whether you're married or not.
Spouse.
You're going to spend a lot of time. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're going to be at someone else's house. Maybe they're coming to you. You want to make sure you and your partner have like a code word. For this gentleman,
Time to
that's
roll.
an obvious one. Man was visiting me last week, was telling me about, you know, his wife said, well, I got to take the dog out when their in-laws are visiting. The dog went out about 20 times that day. But you need a code word with your partner. Again, it's normal. You can love your family, but these people you're not around maybe all the time. If you need a break, just coordinate with your partner on how to do that. And that's tied into step number 4.
Yeah, planning self-care.
Yeah, self-care, which we talked about last week,
Yes.
but also couple time. So in the holidays, this need to be everybody together all the time or running around. It can lead to not blocking out time for yourself. So you should do that. You should block out some date nights for you and your partner. Give some of that during this next month. And then 5, just remember the true spirit of the holidays. And in this consumer society we were in, we sometimes forget that, but you want to make time to, you know, remember what Christmas is all about and the holiday season.
And Paul, we've got a phone call, and somebody wants to know how to handle divorce.
Oh,
At this time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
What a rotten time to have to go through a divorce, right?
okay.
Hello?
Caller.
Hello?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing
Tell
okay.
me a little bit about what's going on with you right now.
I'm just going through a divorce right now. Me and my wife are getting a divorce. And I just want to know what steps how do you handle it emotionally, stuff like that. You know, like I said, it's been pretty rough the past couple of weeks.
You
And,
called the right place, Dr. Eli.
That was hard to hear
Yeah.
because
He says he's having problems because he's going through a divorce. He doesn't know how to handle it emotionally.
Right.
What steps should he take,
Right.
especially in this holiday season?
this
to cope?
holiday season, you need caller. I know that's a tough issue to call, so thanks for calling in. You need to develop a support network, whether that be your friends or family members, people that you can confide in, that you feel safe around. And then I think if you have children, did he mention if you had children?
He
I
did
couldn't
not
hear.
mention whether he had
no,
children.
we
If you
don't.
have children, you really want to make sure that they know what to expect, but you're not telling them anything that you haven't talked about with your partner. So hopefully you and your partner are putting a plan together in these best divorces, while you don't have to remain friends with your partner, or you don't have to be over involved. Best divorces, put the children first if you do have them. But I would say initially, especially this time of the year, reach out to your support network. And if you haven't touched base with some of those people in a long time that have been good friends to you in the past, those are the people you want to go back to.
And then that self-care thing that we talked about, so important when you're feeling alone and you really don't know what to do, and it's sometimes scary to be by yourself.
Hey, a lot of relationships end. People, you do not want to define yourself as a failure just because your relationship ends. You probably have a lot more, and I think sometimes that's when you have to go back to the table and find your strengths and what you like about yourself.
Absolutely. And you know, it's interesting that you have this couple communication checkup that's going on, and this is probably perfect for the holidays. So talk to us about that,
This
Dr.
is great.
Eli.
This is something we're going to roll out at the Kent School. So these are all of our great marriage and family therapy students at the Kent School of Social Work at UofL, working under my supervision, and Dr. Becky Antle, who's been on the program with me several times. This is going to be starting in January. If you've ever wanted to learn these communication skills that we've been talking about the last 6 months on Dr. Eli Live, ever learn how to build a kind of fair fighting techniques, this is the place to do it. You want to give us a call, 749-8825. It's starting in January, and you're really going to get to learn how to communicate with your partner. And you're not going to do this in a group format. You get to do this one-on-one with, again, a high-level Kent therapist in training, marriage and family therapist, and it's a great opportunity. And best thing of all, it's free of cost, but you got to get in. There are some conditions that apply. You call, you speak directly to me. We'll talk and see if it's a good fit. And like I said, we'll be starting this towards the end of January, but you want to get on the list now. 3 one-hour meetings with a Kent School of Social Work therapist in training. That's excellent. And you know, Dr. Eli, a lot of folks I think are thinking, what happens if I can't hold on until January? Where can I go for help? Do you have any resources for folks? You can go to my website. It's www.elikaram.com, and you can also, and there I'll have lots of links. If you have the resources, most couples therapy or family therapy is covered under major insurance now. You can also go to www.therapistlocator.net, and that is going to tell you, if you can't see me, that is going to tell you all the other qualified licensed marriage and family therapists. Because remember, if you do have a relational problem, you want to go to someone that can see you in your own context and knows what's going on at home, what's going on at school, at work, and see you from strengths and health rather than deficits. So you want to go to the right person. Dr. Eli Karam, PhD, there he is, licensed marriage and family therapist, assistant professor, UofL, Kent School of Social Work. Some great tips today, Dr. Eli, and real quick, just a piece of advice. Best friend of is just getting divorced, 10 years of marriage, holidays every year. It was one place for Thanksgiving, the other place for, what can you recommend for me to talk about if you can? Real quick. Well, hopefully you're a good friend to him and he has a place to go, but it's establishing new traditions, as I said. It's not identifying yourself just as a failure just because your relationship ended. It's building that network like we talked about, Paul. And to our friend who's going through the divorce, to anybody who's going through problems, check out Dr. Eli's website. Take care of yourself. And hang in there, Dr. Eli Karam. You guys have a great holiday, and I'll see you in the new year. You Look forward to it. Look forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. Chris Caswell's coming back up in just a few moments with our friend Chris Brumley from River City Flooring to talk to you about all kinds of things with floor coverings.